So, hi everyone, very good morning and good evening. Before starting the session, so let me introduce myself. So, this is Dinesh. So, I have around 19 years of work experience in IT, and then from past 5 years, I am working in Snowflake. So, I say Snowflake architect. This is about myself, guys. So, what we are going to do is today. So, before jumping into the Snowflake, right? So today we are going to see, it's a demo session. We are going to see, we will try to understand what exactly the Snowflake is. And so what we are going to do with Snowflake. So how it will utilized for the business. What is this tool is all about. In a layman perspective, we will understand. So here we have all the participants. Some are experienced, some are freshers, and then some are from non-IT background also. So which I understand. So what we will do is today we will try to understand the layman perspective, what exactly the Snowflake, and we will see how Snowflake interface looks like. Based on that, so from the tomorrow onwards, we will jump into the live sessions. So today, first we have to understand what exactly the Snowflake. When it is coming to the Snowflake, right? As per the Snowflake definition, so what they are going to do is they're telling that Snowflake is a cloud-based. Just a minute, it's not drafting properly. Okay, so fine. Snowflake is a cloud-based warehousing solution provided by software as a service platform. Here we need to understand the terminologies called one is data warehouse. Another one is software as a service, SAS. Another one is cloud platform. Basically, they are telling that Snowflake is a data warehouse solution. We need to understand what exactly the data warehouse is. Data warehouse is nothing but if you want to maintain any historical data about any business from last 10 years of the data we are maintaining, from the last 20 years of the data we need to maintain. These historical data, when we are maintaining, these we will call it as data warehouse. And what is the purpose of maintaining this historical data? Based on this, we are going to do analysis. What we will do with analysis? What we will analyze? Based on the analysis of the past history, we can able to take a decision. This is our final product from the data warehousing. If you want to take a decision, then we have to use data warehouse. When it is coming to the terms of the data, here specifically we will call it as a data warehousing. For example, if you store something in warehouse, right, that is nothing but a normal warehouse we used to call. But when we are talking about the data, when we are maintaining that, we will call it as a data warehouse here. I will give you the simple example, then everyone can understand very easily. For example, let's say, so you wanted to purchase some product in Amazon. So when you wanted to purchase some product in Amazon, it can be a mobile or it can be a laptop or any other particular product we wanted to purchase. What we are going to do, let's assume this product has released in Amazon from last 1 year. They are doing the sales. From the last 1 year, we will see, so how many purchases, right? Based on that, we are going to check, for example, 10,000 customers has purchased. We will see ratings or reviews, right? Based on that, we can order the product. So we can order, we can go for the other one, right? Here what we are doing, basically what we are doing is we are checking this product purchased by how many persons, how many customers. That is nothing but when the customers is purchasing, Amazon what they are doing, it let's take about any thing, not only the like Amazon. You can take about like a Flipkart, and then so any other things also. They are maintaining the complete customer history. How many customers has purchased this? What is the ratings they have given? What is the reviews they have provided? If it is 4 star and above, then I am satisfied with the ratings. Then I will go and then I will place a order. If it is not, then I won't do that. What you are doing, so without so knowing, we are doing analysis here, and then we are considering our historical data what they have purchased, right? Here, to maintain all this, the purchase customers information where they are maintaining, they will have a some warehouse in the backend, data warehouse in the backend. From there, they are picking their data will be maintained. It is visible in the website. Based on that, so we are going to do the analysis. Based on that, we are going to take a decision whether to order this particular product or not. Right? This is the simple thing. Same way, it is applicable for all the businesses, all the sectors. Like let's take healthcare, let's take banking sector, let's take sales sector, manufacturing sector. Everywhere we are going to use this data warehouse. If they wanted to take a decision, they wanted to analyze the past data. Based on the past historical data, only they can able to take. So the historical data maintenance will be happen in data warehouse, that we will call it as a data warehousing. It can be maintained in a database. Any kind of traditional databases will be maintained in, for example, traditional systems, Oracle or Teradata, or maybe you heard about mainframes or DB2, right? And then older system called mainframes, like all these other traditional systems where we are maintaining our data warehouse. Now we need to understand, I hope everyone understand what is the purpose of data warehouse. Now we need to understand what exactly the cloud platform. Snowflake is a cloud based data warehousing solution provided by software as a service, right? If you observe this, see this one, cloud-based solution, data warehousing solution. It means when it is coming to the cloud, right? In simple terminology, if it is available with you physically, then that is on premises. If it is not available physically, you are accessing virtually, then that is a cloud. For example, let's say, I'm sorry, just one second. So now when it is coming to the cloud, so we have to understand what is cloud here, cloud based solution nowadays. So most of the organizations, they are moving into the cloud. What is the advantage of it? And before that, we have traditional system. Traditional means if something physically available with you, for example, if you talk about when you are storing the data, if you are storing in your hard disk hard disk if you are storing the data in your laptop, that will be physically available with you, right? Nowadays we have an option to store our pics and store our documents in a cloud platform also, right? So we can use cloud storage like Office 365 we can use, right? And then Google Drive storage we can use it. Is it physically available with us? No, right? It is not physically available with us. We are going to store that in a cloud platform. And whatever we are going to store it in our laptops, in our hard disks, then that is be available with us physically, right? That is the traditional system. Now, what is the disadvantage of here, and then what is the advantage of this? Let's say disadvantage is, for example, if something happened to our laptop, something happened to our hard disk, it is corrupted, then our data is lost, right? And at the same time, when it is coming to the physical system, which it is available with us, like hard disk, there is a limited storage, right? For example, let's assume 1 terabyte, 10 terabyte, whatever it may be, right? So only those, till that only we can use, right? But when it is coming to the cloud, based on the purchase, based on the utilization, right? You can take 1 GB, you can take 100 GB, you can take 500 GB also, based on your utilization. And based on the utilization only we are going to pay. Only the thing is what we required. If you wanted to access the cloud, you need to have a internet connectivity. Wherever you have internet connectivity, then you can able to use the cloud platform. No need to carry, right? For example, if it is a laptop, you have to carry. Wherever you go, you have to carry if you wanted to access it. But when you are accessing the cloud, so wherever you go, if you have a laptop, then so you can connect directly to the cloud platforms, right? This is a simple example for the cloud implementation. For example, let's take in-depth details about the one example, then we will understand the completely, so what exactly the cloud provider platform is, so what is the advantage of it. For example, if you are purchasing a car, okay, on your own, then so you have to ready for car EMI, right? On the high level I am taking, and then you have to be ready for services, and then you have to be ready for maintenance, and then insurance, and then like driver, and then at the same time the parking, right? Parking place. So when you are purchasing your own car, you are responsible for all these things, right? You need to take care of it. Whether you are going to use it or not, you need to take care of all these things, right? So let's say, for example, in COVID situations, so even though if you are not using, you are responsible for the EMIs, you are responsible for the parking, you are responsible for the insurance, right? You need to take care of all these things. But so everyone cannot able to afford to purchase a car, let's assume. Then what is the solution for them? We may have an option of the other services like Uber services or Ola services, other car services is available, right? Then it is available everywhere, and then it is available like a 24 by 7, right? Whenever you required, so you can opt for the service. That those services we can consider as a cloud platform. That is nothing but SaaS, software as a service platform. Here you no need to worry about purchasing your own car. You no need to worry about your service, maintenance, insurance, and everything. Driver, parking. It will be taken care by the provider who is providing the service to us. They are responsible for it, and you are going to pay only for your utilization. How much time you have utilized, you are going to pay only for that particular time, right? And you are not worrying about other things. Whenever you want, you can utilize based on the requirement. You wanted to go to office alone, you will book a compact car. You wanted to go vacation with your family, you will book a luxury car. It depends on your requirement, right? So this is nothing but your cloud service platform as a software as a service. The same thing, it is applicable for our databases, data warehouses here. Let's say, so all the like for example, so Oracle and Teradata, so all these things are the traditional things. When it is coming to the cloud, for example, so Snowflake, and then AWS Redshift, we have AWS Redshift, and then at the same time Google BigQuery is there, BigQuery, and then Azure Synopsys. These are the some of the example for the cloud platforms. What is the advantage here means? See this. Generally, if you wanted to purchase any software, it based on number of users, based on every year. Every year you need to purchase the license, and then based on the license when you are purchased, so you have to take care of the number of users, and at the same time it's like maintenance, server rooms, installation, configuration, admin activities, all these things are the headache. You want to take care of all these things, and at the same time, going forward, if you wanted to decrease or increase your infrastructure, like you need to increase the license, or you need to decrease the license, or you need to decrease the like number of servers, or you need to increase the number of servers, all these things are the headache, right? So those things again, so you have to like approach admins, and then you need to take care of those things. Instead of all this drama, so we have the cloud platform which it is ready to use. From startup companies to MNCs, everyone can able to use. Here it is going to charge based on utilization. It is not based on the number of users. It is not based on the license. Based on the utilization only we are going to use, like how we are using our services, car services, right? So these are the advantages here. Now, if you talk about, if you come to this, now observe this one. So whatever the things we have discussed here, it is will be available. For example, next, if you talk about the left hand side, you can able to see this is nothing but on premises. That is nothing but a cloud platform. So we no need to worry about infrastructure cost as we discussed. And then we no need to worry about the configuration, the installation, maintenance, all these things will be taken care by Snowflake by directly. And then whenever it is required based on the need, we can increase our things, right? We can increase the infrastructure. So we are not going to worry about it. And if you see the example, there is like we are talking about this one, the Snowflake, we are talking about software as a service platform. It is ready to use. So we are not going to worry about other services. Like for example here, so on premises, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. This is the software as a service is our Snowflake platform. We have other services also in a cloud providers. Like for example, on premises means, let's assume you are purchasing your con or your own. You are giving the down payment, you are keeping the EMI, you are responsible for all these things. Car finance, depreciation, services, insurance, road taxes, fuel, driver charges, and everything. It is your own responsibility. That is, you have owned your car. Now we have other things like infrastructure as a service. Let's assume you have taken a car for a lease. You are not worrying about the depreciation. You are not worrying about the the car and then finances. Only the thing is like you need to take care of insurance, road charges, fuel, and then driver. These things you need to take care. That is a leasing service, right? And then for example, we have car hired. That is nothing but a platform as a service. You have taken a car for hire. You are responsible for fuel, road, and then driver, right? This is platform as a service. Now here we have other service called software as a service. Everything will be taken care by them. You are not going to worry about anything. Just you are going to pay for them based on the utilization. This is nothing but software as a service. Our Snowflake is software as a service cloud provider. So here we are going to pay, for example, in our any other databases, we are going to pay based on license, and then based on number of users. Number of users. It will be, it depends. It will be some licenses, it will be in the millions. Now here the Snowflake, we are going to charge, the Snowflake is going to charge based on utilization. It means based on pay per use basis. The main charges at Snowflake is, one is computation charges. Computation charges. And other charges is storage charges. These are the two charges. Computation charges means, let's say When you are utilizing, when you are using only, the Snowflake is going to charge. For example, 1 hour you have utilized, approximately it is going to charge $3 per hour, approximately. In depth, we are going to discuss in the going forward sessions how these charges is going to impact. This is for the computation. When it is coming to the storage, for 1 terabyte of the storage, this is per month. Per month, Snowflake is going to charge approximately $23 per month for 1 terabyte of the storage. Now you think about these charges, it is very negligible when compared to purchasing a complete license, right? It means every startup organization to MNCs, everyone can able to utilize it. The costing is the one reason why they are moving to the Snowflake. Another reason is the development fast. It is nothing but so performance and then costing. We can say that these are the two reasons the way everyone is moving to Snowflake. We have other the cloud platforms also. So those platforms, when compared to Snowflake, it is a little bit costly. And then we have Snowflake advanced features like multi-cluster warehouse and all. We will discuss about that. Now, if you see here in Snowflake, we have mainly three layers. One is cloud services layer. This is the architecture of Snowflake, guys. Second one is computation layer. Third one is a storage layer. If you go in depth about the each and every service, see this one. Cloud service will take care of authentication, access control, metadata management. The computation charges, it is nothing but our computation layer, that is nothing but our virtual warehouses. We will call it as a virtual warehouse. Let's assume here each and every virtual warehouse or computation layer, assume that when you are connecting to your client with VDI or remote desktop, that is nothing but you can relate it to your computation layer. In between your client and then your work, you have a VDI, right? Or remote desktop. You are connecting through VDI for the client applications, right? That VDI is nothing but your computation. And then last layer is storage layer. Data is going to be stored in this layer. And each layer, how it is will be interacted when we are running a query, we will see that. Now before that, what we have to do is we have to configure our Snowflake. Then we can see each and every layer how it will be configured. Let's assume if you want to install any software, let's understand I wanted to configure any database. Then what you need to do, you need to download the software. And once you download the software, you need to check your configurations, right? Or prerequisites for that particular laptop is sufficient or not, how much GB space is required, and then what is the additional add-ons you require to install like .NET framework, Java framework, all these things. Then you have to start the installation, then you need to do the configuration, then setup will be done. Let's assume for all these things, so for all this implementation, whatever we are going to do, let's assume it is going to take so 45 minutes to approximately 1 hour it is going to do. Just this is in our local system, right? If you wanted to do it the configure in organizations, then you need to configure the server rooms, right? Then you need a admins, you need a infrastructure, and then you need to purchase a license, and you have to take care of um, number of users, how many number of users you required. All these things you have to take care, right? But here, when you wanted to configure Snowflake, so all these things is not required. Just you need the proper good connectivity of internet connectivity and then laptop. That's it. You no need to do any installation. You no need to do any configuration. No need to check any prerequisites. All these things is not required on the fly. So you can able to set up the Snowflake configurations immediately. Let's observe. So how we can able to configure our Snowflake. So how to like create our Snowflake account, then we will see the high level. So what are the things it will be available in Snowflake. Now if you wanted to configure, what we can do is, let's come to our Google, then I will do Snowflake trial account. Then you will get this link. This is for the Snowflake trial account link. Here, when you are configuring our Snowflake, right, you will get 30 days free trial account, or you can able to see $400 worth utilization. You don't worry about this limitation. You no need to worry about it, because if you want to practice, there is no barrier for us. You can able to configure our Snowflake once this 30 days free account is completed, or you have utilized this $400 worth. Even though again you can create a same account, same, I mean Snowflake account with your same email ID. What I'm trying to tell is, so you don't have any like a restriction for your practice purpose. You can able to practice, you don't have any barriers. Okay, you can able to register again the Snowflake account with the same email ID also once this account is expires. So now if you wanted to configure it, see this how easily we can able to do that. Just I will give my details here. Just I am providing some of the details, then giving my details here, signing up. Just you can give any option, guys, you no need to worry about it. Then just click on continue. See this, when you click on continue, in the second page, this is very important. Here you will get like two certification questions. Let me give the company name, just I will give, and then just I have given, and you can choose. See this one, by default you can see most popular version of the Snowflake edition is Enterprise edition. This is one of your certification question. You can able to see three editions here. One is standard edition, another one is enterprise edition, another one is business critical edition, right? Along with these three things, we have a other edition also. So this is, that edition is not for trial accounts, VPS, virtual private Snowflake account. This is not possible to configure when you are configuring your trial account. Only for the enterprise editions, only for the purchase plans, they can able to give virtual private Snowflake. It means separate, the virtual network will be maintained, private network will be maintained for that particular organization when they enrolled for the virtual private. But here if you observe, other editions are standard edition, enterprise edition, business critical. 95% of the projects we are going to use enterprise edition only. In the standard edition, just this is for the POC purpose. We won't use this standard edition in our organizations. Here, standard edition will have only the limited features and functionalities. You don't have all the features. If you go to enterprise edition, then only you will have time travel feature, materialized views feature, multi-cluster warehouse environment, all those things it will be available in a enterprise edition. So, and coming to the business critical edition, any kind of banking projects, if they need more security, then they will go for business critical edition. Okay, so but here, so when you observe this here, we are going to choose enterprise edition. The question is here, in certification they will ask which is the minimum edition you are going to use it with time travel and multi-cluster warehouse. Minimum edition means we will think about standard edition, but here minimum edition with the time travel multi-cluster feature, if you observe here, that is enterprise edition. Okay, minimum edition with the time travel multi-cluster is, that is nothing but a enterprise edition. Now let's choose enterprise edition. Another thing is, here whatever the architecture you are seeing here, this is the Snowflake architecture, right? What Snowflake has done is, They have configured this Snowflake with all the public cloud platforms. They have approached, Snowflake approached these public cloud platforms. They have taken a deal with them. And then these Snowflake architecture, they are configuring on top of existing cloud platforms. But you no need to worry about charges for this utilization of the cloud platforms. Snowflake is going to take care of them. Snowflake will pay the charges for the AWS or Azure or GCP, whichever the cloud platform we are going to utilize. Irrespective of the cloud platforms, you can choose any of the cloud platforms. Only the difference is pricing. Its small variance will be there in the pricing. It's like approximately $0.02. It may vary. Apart from that, most of the services, all the services, whichever the cloud platform you are going to choose, it will be the same. There is no difference. Here, let's say we have more the regions in a AWS, so I wanted to choose AWS. If you observe, see this. Based on my location, Snowflake has provided the nearest region to me. This is my nearest region now, right? So that it has given this region. By default, it will give. You can choose any of the regions also here. You can choose all these regions also. But if you choose any other regions, you will have a latency. That's the reason by default when you are configuring your Snowflake account based on your region, the Snowflake region will be configured by default. Let it be. Latency means the delay in a response time, right? That will be available if you choose any other region. It means it will be in a fraction of seconds only. For example, if your internet connection is slow or your laptop performance is not good, when you try to open your website, when you try to open, let's assume Amazon, you are trying to open, it will take some time to display all the options, right? That is nothing but a latency. To avoid that, you can choose nearest region, so where you are working from. Now we have chosen this region. Now I clicked on the terms and condition. That's it. Our Snowflake configuration is done. In the first page, what I have given, just I given my personal details. That's it. In the second page, what I have given, I have chosen the cloud platform provider, and then we choose the enterprise edition. That's it, right? Now click on get started. Remaining all these things you can skip. It is not required. See this. Observe this one. So now we will get, so for this particular my email ID, I will get the trial account. Let me open that. It will within less than 1 or 2 minutes. We will get the trial account activation link. Once you get the activation link, we can able to activate it. See this one. I receive the activation link. Click on it and click activate. Before that, let me copy paste this link. This is the link and I will give Snowflake as a user and then password. Let me come to this activation. Click on this activate. Then it will ask you username. Then I will give Snowflake 7 and I will give the password on my own. It will previously it will accept eight characters. Now it is asking to give more than 14 characters when you are giving the password. Remember the password when you are giving the password here. Now I have given username Snowflake 7 and then I have given the password. Then I click on get started. Then our Snowflake account will be configured. See this, it is done. Snowflake has been configured now. By default, once you configured our Snowflake account, you can able to see all these options. Okay. So the left hand side, you can able to see that is a navigation. And if you wanted to go to our environment where you are going to work, you have to go to our worksheet. Before going to that, this is like dark mode, right? If you wanted to give it to the dark mode to light mode, here you can go to appearance, click on light, then it will come to this one, light mode. Here, whatever you are going to work, 99% of the time you will work with worksheets, or we will call it as a notebooks or workbooks. Different organization they will call with the different names, but as per the Snowflake terminology, we will call it as a worksheets. It means where you are going to write our code. This complete Snowflake, it is nothing but ANSI SQL what you are going to write it here. Let me show you. If I click on, see, so all these options we are going to see one by one in the going forward. Now just concentrate on these things what we are doing now. Just I clicked on worksheet. If I clicked on a worksheet, the worksheet open. Here, the right hand side, whatever you are going to see, this is our workspace where you are going to write our queries. And the left hand side, you can able to see the databases. This is the database. Snowflake has given this database by default for our practice purpose. Snowflake sample data. These are the database. These are the schemas. And these are the tables, right? And by default it has configured, see this, generally when you are configuring any of the other databases, we need to configure the roles and then the users permissions, right? But here, see this, Snowflake has already created the roles by default. These are the default roles created by Snowflake. Now most of the time we are going to work with account admin because it is having all the permissions and privileges, so we will go with account admin. And you can see compute warehouse, that is nothing but you can see extra small compute warehouse. This is nothing but when you are writing something here, which particular warehouse has to be utilized when you are executing a query. That is nothing but compute warehouse is nothing but here, see this one, compute resource, the middle layer, right? Whatever we have utilized our AWS platform, that is nothing but a cloud services layer. And then storage, again it is going to be stored in the cloud platform, which particular cloud platform we have utilized, there it is going to be stored. Now Snowflake, this is the virtual warehouse what we are going to utilize. This user interface what you are seeing, this one, where it has been configured, how it is working, this has been configured on top of the existing cloud platform. So we are going to utilize this with the link, with the Snowflake link. This we will call it as a account link. Within the account, you have the different roles, different databases here. And then if you wanted to work with the any database, see this, you have to select the database here, right? Then, so you can able to select the schema. Instead of that, like I wanted to connect it to the specific schema, specific database, then you can click on this here and then set context active worksheet. Then the database will be connected, that schema will be connected. Now let's observe this. Here, just if I move the cursor on the table, what are the things you can able to see? See this, I can able to see the number of rows, size of the table. Generally, if I wanted to see the like a number of rows, then what I need to do, I need to use like a select count star, right? Generally we need to write a query. But here, instead of writing a query, we are getting this table information, number of rows information, size, and all these things. From where we are getting this? It is going to be stored in cloud services layer metadata. That's the reason we are getting this information. For example, when you are writing a query, let's observe this. Select, I will use count star from the table. This is the call center table. I wanted to go for it. Then just give the, select the name here. This is the call center table. If I run the query, what will happen in the backend is First, it will send the query to cloud services layer first. It will check authentication, access control, and all these things. When I logged in with this particular user with Snowflake 8 user, Snowflake 7 user, and then I have given the password, it will check whether my user is authenticated or not with the right username and then password. If it is, then it will allow to access. Then it will check the metadata. Whatever your query you are writing here, if it is from metadata, then directly you will get the information. When you are discussing about the charges, we discussed about the two charges. One is computation charges, one is storage charges. And we are getting this information from this cloud services layer. Count star from, we are getting it from the cloud services layer. Snowflake will not charge anything for this. See this, for example, if I wanted to see what is happening in the backend for this, then just you can click on query ID. Query ID means nothing but it will go to our execution plan. In our any databases, we will have a execution plan, right? If you wanted to see that here, we will call it as a profile view. See this one, profile view. Profile view is nothing but execution plan. Here, what it is telling, this is related to metadata based result. When you are getting this from the metadata based result, Snowflake will not charge anything. Clear, right? Snowflake will not charge anything for this. Now, if you observe this here, so this is from the metadata, right? The metadata result. Now, instead of this, now what I will do is, I will use select star from table, right? Just I wanted to show you on high level, so how this architecture is going to work in the backend. So going forward, when we are discussing about the sessions, we will discuss in depth about this, guys. Now I am using select star from table. When I use select star from table, how much time it has taken? So for this rows, number of rows 60, 1.7 seconds, right? 1.7 seconds. Observe the time here, duration 1.7, right? And if I click on the query ID, what happened exactly in the backend? See this, it will go to the query profile. It is telling that the table scan happened. After the table scan, we got the result, right? And then total execution time, you can able to see it here. And then it is scanned one partition in the backend. And then you can able to see the initialization, right? It is nothing but what it has done is, when you execute a query, select star from, first it will check it in a cloud services layer metadata. The information what you are checking for, is it related to metadata or not? If it is related to metadata, directly you will get it from here, like count, minimum, maximum. This kind of information we will get it from here directly. If it is not related to metadata, then it will send the query to the computation layer for the virtual warehouse. You can see it here, right? The virtual warehouse, this is nothing but our virtual warehouse here. Compute warehouse, you can see the size, that is nothing but an extra small size. Based on the t-shirt size, number of servers will be assigned. Here you have only one server. Extra small is nothing but one server. Now here it will send to this computation, that is nothing but, let's assume that VDI or remote desktop. If the information is available here in the caches, every virtual warehouse will have a cache layer, temporary area. In the caches, it will check. If it is not available, then it will send to the storage layer. Then you will get the information from here. See this. So to do all this process, it has taken this much time, right? It has taken so 1.7 seconds. This is the first time, right? This is the first time. And observe one more thing here. Percentage scanned from cache is 0 here. It means it didn't scan anything from the cache. That's why it went to the storage layer, it picked the result. Now what we are going to do is the same query, second time we are going to run. See this one, second time we are going to run it. Second time when we are going to run the same query, observe what is going to be happen. How much time it has taken? Now it has taken only 123 milliseconds. 123 milliseconds it has taken, right? Observe this, how much difference it is. Why it has taken this much of difference? Snowflake, what it is going to do, based on how much time we are executing the queries here, based on that Snowflake is going to charge. That is the charges for Snowflake. Here now, how much time it will charge? 1.7 seconds plus 123 seconds, right? Approximately 1.823 seconds it will charge. End of the day, it will accumulate how many hours it is going to charge based on all the running queries. Based on that, Snowflake will charge for that. Now here 1.7 seconds, 123 milliseconds. See the difference. The reason behind this is, if I click on the query ID, first time it went to the storage layer, right? Second time the same query, again it will come to the cloud services. It will check it in metadata, not available. Again the same query will send to the virtual warehouse cache. If the data is available here, instead of hitting the storage layer again, directly we will get the data from our metadata result cache. See this one, sorry, query result cache. Observe this one, what it is telling. Query result reutilized 100%, right? So previously, if you observe, percentage scanned from the cache is 0. Now the complete thing it has scanned from the cache itself, and then query result is reused at 100%. That's the reason. What happened here is, it didn't went to the storage layer directly, it picked the information from the cache, and then we got that information, right? That is how the Snowflake is going to the work in the backend. That's the reason the charges are very less in the second query when we are running. Now this is how this architecture is going to work in the backend. Now here, this cache will be available for 24 hours, guys. This result cache. Within the 24 hours, if you run the same query, again it will pick it from the cache layer, then it will give the result. If it is more than 24 hours, again it will hit the database. The same way, like we have a result cache, right? We have other caches like metadata cache and then a virtual warehouse cache, all those things we will discuss going forward. Now, see this here. This is the user interface what we are looking in Snowflake. Most of the time we are going to work with this only. Now, Snowflake has given so many shortcuts here. Like for everything, no need to write a query. Let's observe here. When we are using select star from table, we are going to get all the columns, right? I wanted to get only the specific columns. Then what you will do normally in other databases, we are going to select a query. I will use select and then we will specify the column names, right? Sorry guys, we will select the column names. Instead of that, what we are going to do is here, see this. Once you write the query here, we have an option to filter out the columns. I don't want some of the columns. I don't wanted to get all the columns. I wanted to specify only specific columns. Then we can do like this. And then when you click apply, then you will get displayed only those columns. At the same time, I wanted to filter out with this particular value. I wanted to filter it out. Here you have an option, right? Search option. Just click on it, then you will, that value will be filtered. Normally if you wanted to filter, what will happen, you need to write a query. If you wanted to just to see the things also, you need to write for everything, you need to write a query. Here we, the Snowflake has given these options. Along with that, you can able to see, so you can create the databases, you can create the virtual warehouses. I mean, you can create all the objects, whatever we are going to do it in traditional databases, right? Everything we can able to do it here also, more easier way. And at the same time, we have additional features given by Snowflake. And here, if you observe, let me show you something here. When I click on this, the database part, you can create a database. For example, I will give new, just I'm giving, see this database is created. If you go to the database, I wanted to create a table or schema. See this option. Now, if I click on a schema, already that schema is created. I can able to see this. These are all the objects what we can able to do it in our Snowflake. We can create a tables, we can create a stages, we can create file format, sequence, streams, functions, all these things one by one. We are going to discuss in our sessions one by one. Now, here in the coming session, what we are going to do is, without writing any query, what we will do is we will load the data into our Snowflake. And one more thing, Snowflake, so this is kind of warehouse. We are going to utilize most of the time for OLAP systems for the reporting purpose. If you wanted to pick the data from this, and then if you wanted to do the reports, then we can use this Snowflake as a warehouse. And so it is not suggested for the transaction data. We cannot consider this Snowflake as a transactional data like a database. We can consider this as a data warehouse. And here, so there is a concept of we have a concept of primary key, right? We have a concept of indexes. But here, Snowflake, we don't have all those things. You no need to create any partitions. For example, if you observe when you given the query, see this one, partitions scanned, partitions total. Did we created any partitions here when you are writing a query? No, right? Snowflake automatically it is going to perform these partitions and all those things in the backend. We no need to worry about it. There is no concept of index. And then at the same time, in the Snowflake, there is no concept of primary key enforcement because of it is a columnar storage data. That's the reason Snowflake is going to give automatic partitions will be created, and then it will be the high performance. So going forward, what we are going to do is we are going to discuss each and everything from the starting, the table creation, data loading part till the advanced topics. I will make sure that so we won't miss any of the Snowflake implementations and then Snowflake topics here. Let me show you what are the things we are going to discuss. These are the topics what we are going to discuss in Snowflake. Okay, each and everything when you are discussing, right, every session it will be a recorded session, guys. And at the same time, the practical things what we are going to implement, these are the documentations on everyday basis we are going to upload based on the session wise. We are going to upload these documents. These are for your assignments. Let's say we have discussed something today, those related, the queries related script, we are going to upload this in the our Google Drive. It will be accessed by you, and then at the same time recorded session will be there. You have to practice on your own account. So during the session, every day it will be 1 hour session. During the session, like end of the session, we will have 15 minutes time for the query. If you have any queries, if you have any questions when you are practicing in that running session, whatever it may be, we are going to discuss all those things. And during the session itself, we are going to discuss about all the certification related interview questions related to that particular topic. And at the same time, here, whatever we are going to implement, right, everything it will be a practical things only. Okay, and we will see some end-to-end implementations also from starting to the end, like a small kind of a mini implementation from starting to end. We can able to consider it. And this particular the course, what we are going to cover is we are going to cover Snowflake development as well as some 70-80% of the admin activities and then architecture side. So this once you completed these sessions, then you can able to crack our Snowflake certifications very easily. Snow Pro core certification, that is the first level of certification, you can able to do it. And the dumps and then interview, like the questions, it will be provided. And then dumps, whatever I'm going to provide for the Snowflake, so we have to practice at least 1 or 2 times. During the session discussion itself, we are going to discuss about all those certification questions also. And coming to the prerequisites, you should have the basic knowledge of the database, basic knowledge of writing queries. That is only the prerequisites for the snow to learn Snowflake. If anyone is not having any idea on like SQL knowledge, then I will request organizer. They will provide the recorded sessions for the SQL batch, SQL sessions. You can go through that sessions, you will understand the basics of SQL. So because SQL is mandatory, whatever you are going to write here, the completely it's a ANSI SQL only. Okay, so you can consider this is like a alternate for your traditional databases. Everything whatever you are going to do in the traditional database, everything we can able to perform it here. But more advanced features we have, along with that, the more easier way we can able to perform this in a Snowflake. Okay, and what we are going to do is from tomorrow's session onwards, the same timings. It's like 7 to 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. on every day. Every weekdays session will be there from Monday to Friday. No sessions on Saturday and Sunday. Okay, every session it will be 1 hour duration. And now in the next session we will start from the like a beginning. So we will see how to create a database, how to create a table, how to load the data into the table. So from there we will first like a 4 sessions, right? So we will go little slow. So because like you should have the hands-on on interface. Once you are familiar with the interface, how the things looks like here, and then what all the options here in the Snowflake. So my request is the create a Snowflake account, free trial account, and then just go through options, what all the options we have. And then if I click on the specific option, what will happen? If I click on notebooks, what will happen? If I click on like streams, what will happen? The dashboard, what it contains, and then data, what all the options it contains. Like just for the like overview, just to get a hands on the overview, just to go through the like a different options what is provided. Because here the Snowflake, right, every weekly they are going to do the releases. Any other softwares, they will have the releases like new releases like yearly or 6 months once, or they will do the patch releases. It depends, very rarely. But here the Snowflake, it's a continuous releases. Like every weekly releases will happen. The weekly the new features will be added. For example, today I'm seeing the interface. See this here, the last week these options is not available. These are the some of the options I can able to see it in monitor. Governance option is not there, trust option is not there. These are the new things it has been added, it seems. Just to go through the each and every like option, just for to understand the overview, so what exactly it is, and then just to navigate that application, that tool. So you can create account and then you can go through that. Later we will see that each and everything, how to work, create the database, how to create the tables and all those things. Okay, and let me come to the questions here. I will go one by one. I can see, go to the chat window first. I can see, I will answer all your questions, guys. Just a minute, I will go on. How about the Snowflake, that is Cortex, that is the newly implemented in the Snowflake as a AI, that we will call it as a Cortex Karun here. So that we need to like explore. I didn't so get a chance to work on it. I will see that if possible, we will discuss that one also. So here the Snowflake service based on subscription to use any features. It is not like that. Once you create your Snowflake account, right, by default, you will have all the subscription will be available for Snowflake. we can able to utilize. Some of the serverless features is available, Karun, here, like materialized view is a serverless feature, snowpipe is a serverless feature. These are based on the utilization and nothing but, as you said, whenever you are utilizing, then only we can pay to the Snowflake, otherwise it is not required. Okay, but all the like services, it will be available for us when you configure our Snowflake account. You no need to do any additional subscription for it. If you are if user is moving from one region to another region, then same data will be available. Yes, so you no need to worry about it, the same data will be available. So even we have a option of data transfer. For example, here what we observed, so we have configured our AWS, right? For example, you wanted to move it from AWS to Azure going forward. So you wanted to move the platform, you wanted to move the region. The data transfer option is there. We can utilize the data transfer. That option is available. Yeah. Yes, Lenin. So it is nothing but it can be a T-SQL or normal SQL or like uh, whatever it may be. So if you have knowledge on the writing SQL queries, so all the SQL queries, it is almost all similar, right? So you no need to worry about it if you have the knowledge on writing the SQL queries. What data that then count would be? Yeah, other than count, right? So you can able to have like the minimum, the maximum, the table size information, who created the table, those information it will be available in the metadata. Okay. Yeah. I can see some questions from Dilip. What is the difference in terms of roles and responsibilities? Staff, cloud support engineer, senior cloud support engineer, Snowflake company. Yeah, generally, right. So let me come to that, Dilip. So generally, what will happen is, like generally we will call it as a data engineer, right? The same thing here also, Snowflake data engineer will be there. And when it is coming to the roles and responsibilities, there is a different based on the organization to organization. You will have a junior engineers will be there, and then so senior will be there, and then architects will be there. The same thing, like whatever you are going to do it, the junior level they will like limited to the some of the things. If it is a senior level, the engineer, they will have all the options. They can able to do it integrations, they can able to configure with that time travel implementation, they can able to work with the procedures, and all those things can be so worked on by the senior engineer. For example, if it is an architect, they will concentrate on the end to end the data flow, how it has to be designed, how like what are the good practices need to be followed, how it has to be integrate with let's say AWS, how to integrate this with DBT, how to integrate this with reporting tool, right? So these things can be configured by the architect level. Okay. Snowflake architect is the next level staff cloud engineer. Yes, exactly. So if you are already having a work experience, Dilip, yes, more than 10 years or 8 years work experience you have, it seems. Yes, then you can able to like work as a architect. Yes, this training we are going to cover the development part and then admin part, and then the same time the architecture level also. SQL data platform, is the training sufficient? Yes, that is more than enough. SQL is more than enough, Dilip. That is sufficient for us. And let me see the question which you have asked. Dynamic external event, iceberg table, storage, security, notifications will be discussed in the training. Yeah, external tables, dynamic tables we are going to discuss, and then event and the iceberg tables we cannot able to do it because in a free trial account these things is not working. I have tried it. Hybrid tables we cannot able to do it. The storage, security, notifications we are going to do it. API integrations, it is I will show you like how we can able to integrate with it with the help of the DBT implementation, but not exactly with any like live platform. We cannot able to do it because of the limitations. In terms of replication or views, can you please will be discussed? Yes, we are going to discuss about the views, all the type of views we are going to discuss it. Uh, we are going to discuss about the data replication, nothing but a zero copy cloning implementation. And at the same time, we are going to create all the type of views, like we will see normal views, secure views, and then materialized views, and then materialized secure views. All these things we will discuss it, guys. So I will
Are
make
we
sure
going to
that
talk about?
I will give
Hi,
the
am I audible?
yes, audible. What I am trying to tell is we are going to cover like all those topics. So I will make sure that we won't miss any specific important topic in our Snowflake. Okay.
Okay. And are we going to cover the snow park as well?
No, we are not covering Snowpark, guys. So because Snowflake has given option to you can write the code in different languages. Even you can write it in Python, you can write it in Snowpark, and then you can write it in JavaScripting. So it is if you have the SQL knowledge, that is more than enough to work with Snowflake. The Snowflake has given an opportunity to you can able to write it the same SQL code what you are going to write it in worksheet here. The same thing you can able to do it in with the other languages also. For example, if I open it here, see this whatever we have written, this is nothing but a SQL, right? You can able to do it these things with the Snowpark, these things with the JavaScript, so you can able to do it. So that's the option Snowflake has given for us, but we are not covering all those things. Only we are concentrating on so SQL only.
But some introduction that how I can use that snow park. Will I be able to get it? Like if I know
I
some
will show
Python.
you how to implement the Python interface and all those things. We have a session for that. There I will show you how to integrate with JavaScript, how to integrate with Python. Okay.
Okay, okay.
The Snowflake use is recently used algorithm to keep the data in the cache like Oracle. Here, Lenin, the concept of this is a little different. Here, what Snowflake is going to do is with the help of date and timestamp parameter, it is going to keep the data in the backend as a partitions. Always, it is going to pick the partitions in the backend based on the retention period concept. When we are discussing about storage and then partition session, we are going to discuss about this. But least recent algorithm, I am not sure about it, how it is going to work in Oracle. But Snowflake, it is related to the partition clustering mechanism. We used to call it as a like a pruning technique. See, Vikram, here the both are similar. Snowflake Data Engineer, people used to call it as Snowflake Data Engineer or Snowflake Developer, or so Snowflake Cloud Data Engineer, the Cloud Snowflake Implementation Developer. All these are same. What is the current job market for Snowflake? Snowflake market is good when compared to others, guys. When compared to other technologies, what I have observed is, yes, Snowflake market is good now. Dinesh, I work healthcare domain. Can I expect healthcare data to use for Snowflake lab practice? Is that any real-time project are available for this course? Praveen, when it is coming to that, if you wanted to see the Snowflake sample data, so we have the sample data here, which we are going to use most of the time. See this one, the Snowflake sample data. This is the TCP. This is nothing but the call center data. Call center data transactions, the TC, you can see TPCDS, right? This is related to one of the call center data organization. They have provided the data for Snowflake for free for our practice purpose. But here we are going to use most of the time this sample data only. So not your like healthcare data. So we have some of the healthcare script. So which we are having for 1 or 2 sessions, we are going to use that particular data for integrations with AWS implementation, that we are going to see that. But when it is coming to like the as you asked, like the complete project implementation, we are going to not going to do it here. So but I will show you the end-to-end implementation of like one or two interfaces. If you observe here, like one of the Snowpipe is a configuration of end-to-end implementation from the source to the target. The same way, so slowly changing dimension implementation, the dynamic tables implementation, these are the end-to-end implementations, we can say that. So this is how, so we are going to the cover the sessions, but not, we cannot say that it's a like a complete project. Just a minute, you can see some of the other questions.
In the course, there are DBT training is also there. What is DBT?
No, so far here we are not covering DBT, guys, in this particular session. The previous batches we have covered DBT, but due to the time issue, and then so we are not time constraint. So we are covering only the Snowflake here. DBT is nothing but a transformation tool, like alternate for ETL tools. Maybe you heard about Informatica or
Yes.
Talend says, right? So these are the traditional ETL tools. Now the ELT tools came into the picture. So DBT is a ELT tool. It's a transformation tool in simple way. Okay, I can see
So
some of the
that
questions.
does it go with Snowflake or
No, no, only here we are covering only Snowflake, guys. If you want like a DBT sessions, the recorded sessions will be provided by the organizer. You can reach out them.
that's okay. I just wanted to understand what is that and how this is
Yeah,
related
yeah,
to
got it,
Snowflake.
got it. Yeah. What are the charges for account for data being queried from Snowflake Cloud? When it is coming to the charges, Sudhaka, so here as we discussed, per 1 hour on the end of the day, 1 hour utilization of your computation charges, that is nothing but the query which we ran here. So we can see the how much time the query has been executed, the timings we can able to see it here, right? So based on this 1 hour, the charges will be approximately $3. Okay, that is the charges the Snowflake is going to charge, and along with that the storage charges will be considered for the Snowflake. Apart from that, Snowflake will not go with any other charges. And I want to change my career to cloud data engineer. I wanted to know what all the other tools, Snowflake modules are required. It based on your experience, Praveen. So if you are like less than 5 years experience, yes, the Snowflake is more than enough for you. If you have like more than 8 years and 10 years experience, if you at least if you have good knowledge on data warehousing concepts along with Snowflake, if you have any knowledge on ETL and reporting tool, that will be the added advantage for you. Mm, Krishna, when it is coming to Jinja coding and then Airflow is a scheduling tool altogether. That is a different tool. We are not covering here. Jinja coding especially come to like a DBT only. So when we are using DBT only for the DBT sessions, the Jinja coding is going to cover, not in the Snowflake. No, not we are not covering in these sessions, guys. This is only for the Snowflake sessions. DBT videos, data build tool. So maybe you get confused. So DBT videos, that is nothing but data build tool videos. It's that DB is nothing. Database is nothing but here our Snowflake only. Okay, and just a minute. Since we need to have at least a basic knowledge of SQL before getting into the Snowflake. Yes, Harsha, we are going to see all the integrations with Snowflake with cloud platforms like AWS, and then Snowflake with our the local, and then at the same time we will see the Snowflake interfaces, Snowflake integrations, and all those things we are going to cover it here. And if you want any knowledge on SQL knowledge, the basic knowledge on SQL, so you can reach out the organizer. They will send you the like a 3 to 4 sessions is there, that is for freely. They will give you the access for you. Okay, you can go through that once. You will get one idea on it. 13 years of experience in network admin, wanted to move to Snowflake. How it would be helpful, familiar with SQL. Python is also required for. Yeah, it is not Snowflake's current. Generally, we used to call it as a Snowflake, FLAKE. Okay, so here the Snowflake, right? So altogether, if you wanted to switch your career, definitely you should have the knowledge on SQL. Then only, so you won't face any challenges going forward. So you should have the good knowledge on SQL. Okay, so then we can able to consider. If you need more details, uh, if you wanted to discuss with me, just you can reach out the organizer. Okay, uh, they will give the conference call. We will discuss offline, guys.
What is the
One
duration
more
of this
question.
course?
Just a minute. I will cover all the questions. Yes, one by one. Duration, it will be around. Here you can able to see this, right? Around it will come around 36 sessions. So we can able to cover this in between 30 to 36 sessions, guys. Yeah,
And
someone is
why
asking.
Python or Java is required for Snowflake? What we do with that when it comes to Snowflake? Because you're saying that we
See,
don't need that, that is not getting
yeah,
covered here.
because
But I
see
see in the
the
requirement, they always mention some programming language.
see, Preeti. So nowadays, all the requirements, what happen, even the reporting tool, they are expecting Python. Even any other integration, they are expecting Python. So what will happen is, apart from the tool functionality, if they wanted to do it out of the box things, so that's the requirement of Python here. Otherwise, if you require a Python, then we can go with only the Python developer itself, right? Not the Snowflake one. So the requirements nowadays, what happened is, they are looking into the multiple things. If they wanted to do any out of the box functionalities, like a kind of any automation thing, if you wanted to go for it, then if they have the knowledge on Python, and it will be the easier thing. That's the reason they have mentioned that. Okay, but it is not matter. If you have a SQL knowledge, that is more than enough.
And we have the scheduler and everything here, right? If
Yes, everything
in
we can able
Snowflake.
to schedule it.
Okay.
Yes, that is possible. Yeah. See, how it is different from data science means, data science, it's altogether kind of identifying the insights on the existing data, right? For the data science, input is your Snowflake. You got it right. So Snowflake is the input for the data science team. So because we should have data somewhere, right? To pick the data to data science, we should have a Snowflake. Could you share content going cover on what is duration of Snowflake and what is duration of DBT? Yes, Naresh, you can reach out the organizer. They will provide the complete the course content to you. We are not covering DBT case here. If anyone looking for specifically for the DBT, you can reach out the organizer. They will guide you on that. So if you are more fan of the programming kind of thing, you can go for PySpark, Santosh. Otherwise, so you can go for Snowflake. The both are, it's good in the market. See, it doesn't matter, Sandeep. If you use AWS or if you use Azure, it doesn't matter. So when we are configuring our account. So if you talk about the integrations, and then yes, so we are going to cover these things in AWS as well as Azure and then GCP also, when it is coming to the integrations. But when we are talking about the configurations, it doesn't matter if you use AWS or Azure or GCP. Okay, your everything, the user interface and everything, it is going to be the same. No guys, we are not covering all this other altogether. It's a different ETL tools. ADF is a other ETL tool. Databricks belongs to your Microsoft. Okay, so we are not covering those things. Non-native background, Shayla, I already know the knowledge of SQL talent. This course will give the good career switch to it. Definitely, Shayla. So it will be a added advantage for you. So if you have good knowledge on this, Raviteja, you can reach out to organizer. Okay, they will they give you the complete information. So for the DBT, if you want.
Actually, I joined little late in this session, so I just want
Mhm.
to know that if I join this, what to say, the course,
Mhm.
do I need to get the Snowflake account set up, everything done beforehand, or we are going to start from the scratch in our session?
So it's today you can see the, if you see the recording session, today's session, you can able to understand how you can able to configure your Snowflake account. That is more than enough. Okay, it's like just within 2 minutes you can able to configure it, Priti. That's not a big deal. You can see that, yeah. And I can see some of the questions. Let me quickly answer those questions. We are not using any ETL tool, guys. This is only the Snowflake is OLAP tool. So Snowflake is having a capability of pulling the data directly. So we will see that in the coming session. I will show you how we can able to do that. Okay. So ETL, we are going to use extract, transform, and then load. Snowflake, we are going to use only for the database. For example, if it is an Oracle database, right? You can replace Oracle database with Snowflake. ETL, you need more servers, but the DBT, most of the cloud platforms we are going to use DBT. It's a kind of transformation tool, just a transformation. It means outside the data warehouse, you are going to use ETL. That is a traditional system. Within the database itself, we are going to use DBT. It will extract already from the existing warehouses, then it will act as a transformation engine, and then it is going to load. It's like, for example, if you talk about stored procedures, we are going to use stored procedures in databases, right? What it will do, from the existing the tables, it will pull the data, and then it will transform, and then it will convert, right? The same stored procedure logic you can able to do it in DBT, as simple as it is. DBT is a ELT tool. It is not a ETL tool. We cannot consider that as a ETL. It is considered as a ELT tool, guys. Why it is not covering means, see, so I told you, so because of the time constraint. So we are not covering, guys. Data integration along with not required, Praveen. So if see, if you want any like a combination, if you wanted to learn, then so DBT you can go for it, or you can go for Matillion, you can go for Fivetran. These are the different combinations, or you can go for ADF. It depends on it,
Yeah, which one will be
because
good?
different organizations will go for the different the things. If you are already working in a project, or you are working in an organization, then you can just do a like a research on your organization, what all the tools they are using. Based on that, you can learn all together. If you are wanted to switch your the organization, then it's a different scenario. You can go for ADF, or you can go for DBT.
What will be your suggestion, Dinesh? Will it be Fivetran is which will be in more demand? Means is it Fivetran or DBT or Matillion or some
Most of the guys are concentrating on DBT, and then Fivetran.
Fivetran? Okay.
Yeah, or DBT you can go with.
And you're going to tell us about the admin work also, right? In this?
Yes, we are going to cover
Okay.
these things. Yeah, yeah. Snowflake developer and Snowflake admin, as well as architecture side, we are going to cover these things in the our session. Thank you.